Hello everyone and welcome back to more Mystic Destinies Echoes. We are back for more in chapter 5 currently. Yes, in the last episode we left off on chapter 4. And what basically happened is that we carried out our mission that was assigned to us by Detective Moon, in which we had to go talk to Sherizel, act casual, and try to get some information about the cult from her. And it turns out that there's different factions in the cult. Okay, I'm sorry. This music is really loud. I know it's not loud in the game. I mean, after recording, but like it's really loud in my like headphones right now. So I'll try to get past this with the whole summary thing and try to like, ignore it for now. But anyways, so, yeah, we were talking to Sherizel. We're being casual. We're trying to get information out from her about the cult, and it turns out that there are factions in the cult. So there are different leaders that are in charge of things, and they obviously have different mindsets on how the cult should be run. So one is, I forgot his name. I'm really bad with names, as you probably know. One chose really violent means of spreading the word of their cult, while Sherizel, she has her own, like, and they have their own followers that agree with them in their point of view, and Sherizel has her own followers, and her method of, spreading cult activity is more passive. So it's just like, spreading word, more propaganda, etc. No violence involved, and she doesn't like it. She doesn't like violence, and because of that, they clash. So these Sherizel and this person, with their different views, clash with how they're supposed to run the cults. So there's some internal conflicts. We offered our help to her to say like, hey, what if we help protect you, and as long as you I guess monitor the situation that's going on in the cult. I think that was the exchange. She was hesitant on it because she's like, I don't stand for violence, any type of violence at all, even if it's from an outside source. But we're like, hey, it's just we're trying to think of it as a way like we're helping you from the outside. Like we're acting on our own accords. It's not. We're acting out of our own accord, but it just so happens that it kind of it falls within the same line as what you kind of want, like us helping protect you. So Sherizel, I think, agreed. Sherizel was like, I'll think about it. So she leads off on that, and then she directs us to the professor who is like an expert in Atlantis and stuff. I think her name was... Okay, forgot her name too. She was a professor at Hagiwara who is an expert at her study of Atlantis. And so we go there with Naoki to, again, talk to her, try to get some information about the prophecy or whatever the hell she found out about Atlantis that may connect with the cult and their goals. So she talks about a lot of the stuff, gives us a roughly translated prophecy script that she found to us to investigate. And I think we kind of leave it at that. She doesn't really... She kind of briefly explained more about the god of Mirror and how he was a beloved god that was really worshipped. And even though people say he's just a minor god, but he was a really major god. And all the stuff how no one believed her, and how Atlantis is a myth, and that's why she's the only one who's in her field of study, and she's the only expert on it. Yeah, that's it. So we take the translated script page back to the manor, gathered everybody, and him and Euless tried to roughly translate it from the Lantian to Latin to the rough, a coherent translation in English, but even then it's really, it doesn't make sense at all. And we're super confused on it. We're like, any of this whole paragraphs and sentences and this prophecy of the end of the world or whatever is supposed to happen, it doesn't make sense in English either. So we're like, how are we supposed to make a more accurate translation? And then it turns out that Cillian was like, hey, in Avalon, I remember there are books that are in Atlantean, except Atlantean is derived from Avalonian, I think, was the language, and it's so that way, if they can get books in Avalonian, they can probably get a better translation. Everyone's all mad at him because he's like, why didn't you mention this before? We could have saved all this trouble. But nonetheless, the help was appreciated. So that's where we are. So our next goal basically is to go back to the library in Avalon to find these books of Atlantis in order to get a proper translation on this little script prophecy sheet that we got. And that's it. That's where we left off. So I'm excited. Let's get right into it. It's the next morning, and we are trying to look for breakfast, I think. So the next morning, I dig around in the refrigerator for the milk, my attention half on my phone. Jen and I managed to get all these old men on the group chat some way or another. Right, we did mention that. We're like, we should do a group chat, because this would be way more convenient. So they've been blowing up the group chat, asking Jun for updates, but he hasn't been responding. It's been a while. I wonder if he's okay? Right, we haven't really interacted with Jun. Well, we kind of did. Oh yeah, side note. Jun was watching the news as Julius and Naoki were trying to translate the script, and it turns out that there was a cultist attack or bombing or something like that. Kind of yeah, bombing. I think it was a bombing or an assault in the city. But anyways, Sherazade was involved. She got injured. I think she was sent to the hospital. She was one of the victims that got caught up in it. But yeah, we were like really super shocked because we're like, whoa, that's like we've recently just seen her, and now she's like viciously been attacked by the cult. I shut the fridge door, then nearly scream. Oh, Jun! Oh god. A somewhat haggard-looking Jun is standing there with total zombie vibes. What's up? What's wrong, my dude? Well, I mean, I guess he is a vampire, the undead. Yeah, what's wrong? Shit, you scared me. Jun grunts in response, then reaches in past me to grab something out of the refrigerator. You alright? No. I couldn't fucking find anything. Oh, anything? Oh, you mean on Mai? Oh, Mai was the name. Mai was the name of the professor at the Hagiwara University. Ah, I know that feeling all too well. Do you mean anything? Do you mean anything, or just what you wanted to find? What I could find wasn't much. Someone's blocking me, and I'm not cool with that. Yeah, well, at least you found something. Jun doesn't respond or look at me. I touch Jun's arm and look into his eyes. You did good, Jun. Yeah, you're probably being opposed by a lot of people with a cult that's all over Japan. I know how annoying that is, but I'm sure you'll be able to get around it with enough time. Jun glares at me for a moment, but before the anger fades from his eyes. I know he's not mad at me, but geez, I know, he's just frustrated. He's really struggling emotionally with this. Normally, this would have been enough time, but it's pissing me off. You look like you could do with some rest, though, right? Why don't you just leave whatever you found in the group chat and go chill? We can discuss if we need to hold another meeting in the group chat. Jun sighs in frustration and grabs a pint of ice cream out of the fridge. Aw, poor bub. You're right, but I'll rest later. Okay. He half stomps, half saunters in some kind of walk only Jun could do, back to whatever hole he came out of. In the group chat, Jun explains that he could only confirm that Mai was connected to some people who are apparently a known cultist. Oh, wow. And that he was being opposed in his search. Aha, there we go. So, Katsu says, that's totally not suspicious. And Cillian replies, I agree. It's most probable this Mai is working with the cult of Mirror. Yeah, she seemed very like arduous about her foundings in like Atlantis and stuff. Even has some like relics that people accused her of being fakes, but she's like, no, they're legit. But she was very like, for this whole thing, like, oh, the promised land. So Naoki was like, Mai will probably assume that the digging was us since the timing was so close together, right? So Euless is like, does not matter if she suspects us, she's obviously afraid if she's hiding. And we reply, either way she's hella suspicious. I'll tell Jinsol to look into her more. And Jun's like, tell him in person, my network's secure, but there's no telling if these guys are keeping tabs on the cops. Ah, that's true, okay. Good idea. Good idea. In the end, with little new information available to us, we all agree it's best to go to Avalon. Cillian agrees to bring everyone there. Cool. But since there's a chaotic time gap in Avalon, even if we're only there for a day or two, it could be days or weeks here. Oh yeah. We decide to wait to hear back from Jinsol before going, especially with the new development of the cultists' mass attacks, right? He might need us. Besides, wouldn't want him to think we're escaping and try to arrest us or something. Right, okay, so in the cases of Naoki and I, we also had some personal business to attend to before we could go off gallivanting to another dimension. With Naoki being a professor who had to find someone to substitute for him, and my own life gone off track. We all decided to take this time to tie up some loose ends before we left for Avalon. Okay. The biggest loose end for me was my work. Information gathering had fallen to the wayside, but that couldn't be helped when I can't even go outside. Can't you just put up a sign, be like, gone on vacation or leave, be back a month? I don't know. However, I at least wanted to deliver what information I had to a few important clients. Okay. Cillian had escorted me again today, but for the sake of the privacy of my clients, he often had to wait some distance away. The last one was a high-profile client named Rokuro Shinamura. Rokuro Shinamura. Yes! I was like, he sounds familiar. And he is. He's the main heroine's in the main game's dad. His father, yeah. I see, so he believes she may be in a magical realm. Is he still looking for his wife? His wifey? That's what my sources say. I was lucky that some associates of mine had already dug into this matter. As for how to get there, that's another investigation entirely. It won't be cheap. Especially not after all the work that I had to miss because of this cultist mess. It's a small price to pay to reunite with her. Okay, yeah, so he's still looking for his wifey. My heart squeezes at the genuineness in Mr. Shinamura's voice. When my work gets to help people like this, those are my favorite jobs. I'll do my best. However, I won't be able to start for a while. I've been forced to take some time off due to some personal circumstances. Yes, that's fine. Honestly, I'm just relieved to know that she's okay and where she is. Thank you. Okay. I shake his hand, smiling myself. Okay. So after my meeting, I step off the elevator into the lobby. It's after hours, so it's dead as hell. Well, it's great. I look around for Cillian, but only see the receptionist, Mrs. Marino. Mrs. My voice becomes muffled and I feel gloved hands pressed against my mouth hard. I'm getting kidnapped. I hear Mrs. Marino scream. My panic response kicks in and I manage to elbow whoever it is behind me hard. I turn around and see a cultist. A fucking of course, yeah. Even here? Yeah, how did you even... Well, that's true. Anybody could probably enter in the lobby, but like, it's a matter of just getting past to like the elevators and security. Another steps out from a corner they must have been hiding behind. Oh my god. In the corner of my eyes, Mrs. Marino fumbles with her phone, screaming for security. But I'm not waiting for them. If there's only one good thing about being a sylph, it's that we're of one of the fastest races in the world. Good. I got speed. Need for speed. So sylph, part 2. Although their fragility makes them a target for most predators, just like birds, sylphs are known to easily flit around in the air. This lightness also gifts them with an incredible agility, and if they run long enough, they can get up to incredible speeds. This makes escape their most reliable method of survival. Cool. I'm fast. I break into a full sprint and dash right out of the lobby. Gotta go fast! Gotta go fast! I burst forth onto the sidewalk, scaring the people on it. I continue running, darting in between people, my near-invisible wings propelling me forward. I have to wonder where Cillian is, and I feel bad for leaving him. God, but I know I can contact him in our group chat when I'm safe, and he's capable, it's fine. My thoughts distracted, I see someone in the crowd is standing still way too late. Oh, he notices me quickly and tries to move out of the way. Uh-oh, we're gonna bump into him. But we both end up moving in the same direction, and I end up colliding into him. Who do we collide into? Ow, shit, well, my bad. I winced from the impact, but my landing at least was soft thanks to the guy breaking my fall. Thanks, dude. Thanks, my dude. I looked down at the poor guy whose day I probably just ruined. Oh, wow, you're light. It's, oh my god, I forgot his name too. But we already know him. He's one of the dudes in the main game. He's one of the love interests. Are you okay? That's his first thought? He's nice. He's a nice guy, okay? I lightly hop off of him and look back behind me for the cultist. He gets up and I move around him to start running again. But he grabs my hand. What? You look like you need help. Yeah. Is someone after you? Yeah. I look up into the young man's golden eyes. Looking at him is like looking at the sun, and somehow the warmth I feel from him makes me relax. I nod. I don't know how he could tell, but I feel like he's not a bad guy. He's not. He's a really chill dude. Yes, I need to get somewhere safe so I can contact my friend. It feels strange to call Cillian that, but for now it'll do. Sho looks behind me, frowning. I don't know if she knows his name is Sho, but like, that's his name, Sho. I think I see them. No, she doesn't know his name. They're really. I see them behind. Wait, I see them behind us. Wait, they're really persistent if they're still following as fast as you are. But I can't fight them here. Yeah, it's too crowded. Fight them? Why would he fight for a random person? He's nice like that, okay? I can take you someplace safe though. Okay, where are you taking me? If that's okay with you? I quickly nod, deciding to trust this guy for the moment. The chances of him being a cultist are probably pretty low. But if he tries anything, I'll stab him and run off. Next slice. Oh, by the way, I'm Sho. Yes, there we go. Now we know his name. Sho. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go, Sho. With my hand still in his, Sho and I take off running once again. Oh, okay. It's Thing, the restaurant that Shinji works at. Yes. We duck into a popular coffee house nearby. Coffee house, my bad. Coffee house. This place has been here forever, even before I left Avalon, so I know it's safe. I relax immediately as I breathe in the aroma of coffee beans. Doesn't your associate work here too? You know, the other guy that also collects information? I look around and notice two familiar faces at a table near us. Oh, Aurelia? What are you guys doing here? Chi and Jinsol. What are you two doing here? Yeah, my thoughts exactly. We're on official business. Oh, okay. Well, I kind of was too. Sho lets go of my hand and smiles. Is this the friend that you were talking about? Sure. No, actually. I didn't know they'd be here. But I'm safe with them. Yeah. Thanks for your help. Okay, if you say so. Sho waves and walks away. Okay. Hey, Shinji! He immediately starts talking to a guy with magenta hair sweeping the floors. I turn back to Chi and Jinsol and walk over to them. Who are you? I see that there's a gorgeous girl with long blonde hair sitting with them. She looks up at me with golden eyes. She has a similar feeling to Sho, and for a moment I wonder if they're siblings. Are you alright? I don't remember Sho having a sibling or a sister. You seem anxious. Uh-huh. She's right. Did you come here alone? Right. Am I that transparent? Well, that guy over there brought me here. Sho? Yeah. Yeah. I wasn't supposed to be here. I wasn't supposed to be alone. It's a long story. Yeah. Jinsol gets up out of his chair, glancing at Chi. Could you handle interviewing Rina? Rina. Okay, so of course, boss. What are you interviewing her for? Jinsol shakes his head tiredly, then walks over to me. He speaks in a low voice. It's clear something happened. Yeah, let's talk away from these two. Okay. I nod and follow him to sit at the bar, all the while typing in our group chat to let Suzy know where I am. There he is! Immediately, the proprietor of the coffee house, Gallon, comes over. Yes. So, Gallin? Did you change your mind about ordering? Did you change your mind about ordering, detective? Sure. Please bring me an Americano black. Yeah. Very noir. He's gotta keep on brand, okay? And for you, little Faye, something calming perhaps? Honestly, that sounds great. Anyone who's familiar with the city long enough comes to know Gallon, yeah. Yet he's a black hole when it comes to information on him. That usually means someone is very powerful. Wasn't he a demigod? Wasn't it revealed that he was a demigod, or he was like an actual god? That usually means someone is very powerful. So I never dig further into those situations. Why the guy's a manager and owner of a coffee house is beyond me, but that's none of my business. Well, maybe it's a hobby. It's a side hustle. Gallon strolls away, leaving us to talk alone. Alright, what happened since we last spoke? At Jinsol's question, everything spills out of me. From Mai to Sho, I quietly tell him everything that happened. Jinsol also explains that he and Chi came here to interview Rina, as she was apparently a longtime friend of Sherazal. Oh, okay. I can't imagine someone so angelic being involved with that cult from hell, though. Well, you should be surprised. Looks are deceiving. When I finish my story, Jinsol sits deep in thought before speaking. I already had my suspicions about Mai. Now, just to find the evidence to support it, yeah. Though, if a hacker of Jun's caliber can't find anything, it won't be easy. As for the Avalon thing, let me check the situation when I get back to the office. I'll let you know by tomorrow, okay? How about you? Are you alright? Thanks to Sho, yeah. Yeah, Sho is wonderful, isn't he? I turned to see the girl from earlier standing right beside me. Okay. Chi leans in to talk to Jinsol Jinsel in a low murmur, and I assume their interview is over. Do you know him well? Yeah. Shows like a brother to me. Okay. You kind of look... He's such a sweetheart. You look like you could be related, too. Rina? Seriously? Rina, seriously? Show comes over right as Galen appears with our order. I feel like we're having a party I didn't ask for. Yeah. You're embarrassing me. Yeah. But it's true. You're the best, Show. Wait, are you siblings? Are you cousins? Here you go. Thank you. I take my tea, but as I do, Rina turns towards Galen. Her face turns red as she smiles adoringly at him. Oh, looks like someone's got a crush. Surprisingly, he gives her a pleasant smile back. Are you all done with your interview, Rina? Yes, they don't need anything else from me for now. Yeah. I was a little nervous, though. I can't imagine a girl like you has had many run-ins with Yoru's finest. Honestly, no. There's no need to worry. I wouldn't let anything happen to my sweet Rina. Okay. Oh, what a smooth talker. This is how he gets information. Galen, Jesus. Thank you, Galen. Yeah. No need to worry. She's not a suspect, and I don't think we'll need to call on Miss Rina again. Good to hear. I've become used to having this little golden bird around here after all. Okay, man, there's definitely a lot going on here. Yeah, that's why I rarely come here in the first place. This place is a bit too lively for my taste. Yeah. Still, this new tidbit of information is interesting. I'd heard that Galen was rarely seen with anyone, not in all my years here. But seeing how warm and dedicated to him this girl is, I wonder if she managed to melt his heart a little. I guess even people who have given up on love and relationships might be able to change. I wonder if that could happen for me too? Yeah, sure. It's not too late. As I down my chamomile tea, someone bursts through the front doors. Is it Cillian? Yes. Aurelia! Yes, sorry, I ran off on you like that. Everyone in the coffee house looks at the knight in full armor that just yelled. He runs over to me. Lady Aurelia, are you hurt? No, I'm fine. I'm embarrassed, but end up smiling despite myself. I apologize sincerely. I had to attend to matters in the restroom. I should never have laughed. No, when you gotta go, sir. It's okay, nature calls. I got out alright. I failed in my duty as a knight. No, you're fine, you're good. Wow, I almost died because Sir Knight had to pee. He's been diligently holding out for as long as he could, and it's just, everybody has their limits. It's okay, even knights have to use the toilet sometimes. I hop off my seat and smile tiredly up at Cillian. I'm just glad to see you, yeah. And you, yeah. I'm glad you are safe. Thanks. Yeah, thanks to the help I got from that young man over there, yes. I gestured to Show, and Cillian and him nod at each other. Looks like you're in good hands. Yep, so we're gonna head out. Okay. I'm so glad that you found your friend. Me too. I give an awkward nod in appreciation. I feel shy somehow at all these people worrying about me. But I also find that I can't stop smiling. If you don't mind, let's go home, Cillian. Of course, my lady. My lady. It's a fitting end to the long day, and normally I'd be tired and frustrated. But things could have turned out so much worse if not for these kind people, right? So I have no real complaints. Instead, I feel something I haven't felt in a very, very long time. Something like happiness. Like I'm just so happy to be and glad to be and blessed to be surrounded by people who care about me. Alrighty, so we head home. So the next day, when I get back from my final errands, I find myself bored in my room. When I awoke, there was a message from Jinsel approving us to go ahead to Avalon. Okay, cool. So I let the guys know in the group chat, and we decided to spend today preparing to leave tomorrow. I'm all done now, though, and the night is fast approaching. Restless, I toss my phone down on the bed and stare into the evening light. Maybe I should go bug one of the guys? Sure. I find myself smiling unconsciously and I realize that they're growing on me. I guess it's only natural, but yeah, you know, trauma just brings everybody together. The dangerous situations, near death experiences, we just bond over that. There's a part of me that feels scared too. Growing close to these people means being hurt when they leave. We're only here until we figure this crap out. We can't stay together forever. Still, when I think about him leaving, it hurts most of all. It's Naoki! I think about Naoki. I shake my head. What am I thinking? Naoki has always been here, right? It's me who would have to leave. But it's not like we don't live in the same city. Still, if we don't have the Dawn team anymore, will we still talk like this? Or will things go back to the way they were before? Well, not unless, it's your choice. You can let it go back to the way it was, or you can make an effort to keep that up. Shaking my head again, I decide to go take a walk to clear my head. Ah, it's a nice park thing. Whatever this is. Garden! Wow, it's a big garden. I wander around the sprawling grounds and eventually come to what appears to be the beginning of a garden. Seriously? It's like its own miniature park. Yeah, that's what I thought too. Thank God I wasn't the only one who thought about that. But now he did tell me this house was originally used for a community of people. Okay, wow, it's a big mansion then. But what catches my eyes more than the foliage is a figure sitting on a bench. Ooh, who this? Naoki looks up at me the moment I spot him holding an enormous book. Oh, you just out here reading? Cool. Since I've been spotted anyway, I decide to walk over to him. What you reading? Mind if I sit? Naoki slowly and almost cautiously nods before scooting over to make room. Aww, this is cute! This is cute. I like this. Naoki shifts the giant book over enough that I can hold the other side of it, since it's so huge that it'll be in my lap anyway. That is a really big book. On the book's cover, I can make out some words that seem to have to do with Avalon. Researching for the trip tomorrow? Yes. Oh, it's always important to know your enemy. Was all of Avalon your enemy? Of course not. Well, there's a specific person from Avalon I happen to like a great deal. Oh, who is it? Surprised I blushed. Oh, me! I was gonna say, who? It's like, oh, you mean me? Ha 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 ha. I'm so like, sometimes things just fly over my head, okay? Surprised I blushed at that and decide to shift my attention to the book itself. Anything interesting in here? See for yourself. I scan the pages, but I'm surprised that I see diagrams of sylphs. Sylph anatomy. Okay. I was looking up the indigenous people of Avalon. I recently realized that I don't know as much as I'd like about sylph biology, especially when you got hurt during the fight in front of the SSU. You're so thoughtful. This last part is said in a murmur, but I catch it. What would you need to understand sylph biology for? If I want to make a potion that could be helpful for your recovery in the future, I need to understand how your body works. The next part comes in a low, faint voice. I was helpless to do anything, and I don't want to feel that way again. Aw, no worries, Naoki. It wasn't a big deal. I'm fine now, right? It's just a scratch on the hand, yeah. It happens all the time. Naoki's gaze meets mine, but this time there's something else in it. Sadness, desperation, uncertainty. It's like he's trying to communicate something to me that he can't say with words. What? I don't understand. Don't worry your pretty little head off. Eventually, Naoki sighs. Perhaps I'm just a bit overprotective. I've never felt like Jun's twin, precisely, but more like his older brother. Jun is always getting into trouble, and I must always be ready to get him out of it. Ah, like that time when we met. Jun had been physically beaten by their own family, sort of. Yeah. The demon mistress Azucena, Azucena had practically tortured the man before we found him. I can understand why you might feel protective after seeing that myself. Naoki nods, wrinkling his nose. He's all I've got, but he doesn't seem to think of that before engaging in foolhardy decisions. He's just a little reckless and impulsive, yeah. He's always been impulsive and emotional. Especially as a child, I remember having to be the one to drag him out of whatever mess he made. Well, what about your family anyway? I mean, you Okuras are an entire mafia. I still can't believe they did that to Jun. Shouldn't they be taking care of him? The Okura family isn't really our family, right? It's just a loosely based, like, a blanket statement for, someone who associates them with, in the same way. They're not, like, all blood related and stuff, or, like, they're really close in any case. They're just one unit. Naoki practically spits out the words. We were adopted and turned into vampires as children. From then on, it was just a matter of using us. Oh god. As a child. That's terrible. They wanted heirs to take over the clan. But when it was clear we were never going to be what they wanted, they ignored us. Oh. I can't say I'm ungrateful to them, however. If they didn't turn me, I'd have died many years ago. Maybe before I was even able to walk. On the other hand, if Mother had survived, I imagine that Jun and I would have had very different lives. I'm sorry to hear that. I can't imagine how hard your life must have been. I feel so privileged to have been raised by my entire clan. Naoki's eyes glitter as they dart to me. But you abandoned that to come here, did you not? Well, I did. Hearing Naoki talk, though, I'm starting to feel like I didn't value them enough. I left because I didn't fit in, but at least they cared for me and took care of me. Still, you made it on your own, right? It's proof that family isn't everything. I was able to find my place, my solace, in the world of knowledge. If I wasn't a vampire, I wouldn't have been able to amass the level of knowledge I have today. With luck, I still have hundreds of years left to explore the mysteries of the world. And I'm all for that. I'm all hoping for that too. That does sound fun, honestly. You must have been on a lot of adventures. I've been on a few, right? Did Jun come with you? Naoki's face seems to fall. No, not on these ones. They're special. Not just anyone can come with me. Some of these places have been hidden from the world for thousands of years. Wow, how did you know about them then? Naoki takes a long pause, searching over my face. I begin to regret asking, but then he smiles faintly. A devilish, mischievous smile. I bet he'd hate me if I told him he looks like Jun right now. Would you believe that there might be a society who knows all about the world's mysteries? Oh, I don't know. Well, I'm trying to think of a fictional equivalent. I would. There's always a group of weirdos for everything. No offense. None taken. The people in this society would have to be very eccentric indeed. And they'd have to bend the rules a little sometimes. Right, that doesn't sound suspicious. I suppose it does. There's a lot of reasons why I wouldn't want Jun why I wouldn't want Jun around such a society. If it existed. If it existed. Wink wink. Naoki chuckles to himself, his smile and profile illuminated by the glow of the setting sun. He really is handsome though. Weird but pretty. Of course, that could be said about the whole crew, exactly. Nonetheless, I find myself thinking back to how he handled Shirazel and Mai. It's mainly because of how expertly he handled the situation that we were able to get this far. Honestly, it's his house too, that we're using as a base. I'm still not entirely sure of his motivations, but even still, I feel myself soften. Remembering all that he's done for me and watching him smile like this. You handled Shirazel and Mai really well, you know. I was impressed. Naoki smiles softly at this, the pride in his voice evident. I had an excellent partner. You were able to, how should I say, roll with the punches better than most. Thanks. This is not helping him be less attractive. I mean, do you want him to be less attractive? Come on. Suddenly shy, I looked down at the book and paw at the pages, turning a few idly. Why do you have this anyway? Sylphs aren't well known even here. I guess a better question is, where did you find this? As I look down at a naked diagram of a sylph, I see the page is talking about how each of us are androgynous, but biologically have different sexual organs. Okay? It looks like it's leading into a chapter on sexual reproductivity, and it's not helping my awkward mood right now. Yes, this is really awkward to be reading this with your, potential crush. Seriously, how did I wind up on this page? Naoki's eyes light up as he looks down at the book. This book is one of the few existing copies on sylph biology in Japanese. It was written by a certain Professor Hayao Midori, who was an acquaintance of mine actually. He got permission to study the sylphs from the sylphs of Avalon themselves. Yeah, really? That was after I left, so I never knew. That's cool though. Much less biased than most books on other species then. Naoki's eyes sparkle as he runs his fingers over the pages affectionately. Yes, I agree. So this is a very rare book. This is considered the best book on sylph biology there is, the gold standard. Naoki continues to talk, picking up speed and gaining a higher pitch. He's so cute. He's getting really into it. Hayao wrote other books too. Okay. He even got permission from the other Avalon races. He's excited. I find a smile spreading across my face. Narrates, Alpha of course, even Pixies. The Pixie books is just fascinating. how their tiny bodies hold such complicated systems. They're not unlike sylphs, honestly. Their bones are hollow too. Naoki abruptly stops talking, causing me to snap out of the hypnotic charm of his voice. What's wrong? Instead of a reply, a red blush slowly appears on Naoki's cheeks. I'm sorry. I apologize for going on like that. No! What? No! Don't apologize. Yeah, I think it's adorable. It was interesting. I enjoyed it. I haven't spoken with anyone about casual things like this in a long, long time. I've missed it too much, perhaps. Oh, Naoki's face looks wistful and much softer than usual. It doesn't look like he's here at all, in fact. Well, he's lived a long life. I think we're about the same age. Oh, are we? Okay, that's great. I know how sometimes the years catch up to you all at once. And sometimes memories of people we lost contact with Oh, okay, I'm sorry. This sentence really tripped me up. So, and sometimes memories of people we lost contact with do too, yeah. God. Naoki abruptly closes the book and stands up. Well, it's getting late. Okay, we should make sure we're ready for tomorrow. Yeah. Thank you for the discussion. Shall we? Okay. Yes, go. Yes, it was really fun. It was cute. Without giving me much choice, Naoki gestures to the house as the sky begins to darken. As we walk together back to the house, I find myself thoughtful about all the new sides of Naoki I've seen today. I used to think he was just weird or creepy, but I feel that there's more to this man than meets the eye. Of course. Obviously. Oh, that's it! Chapter 6, Squall. Okay, hold on. I'm gonna see where I am for time. I don't want to, again, overstep on time too much, so I'm just gonna do a quick save here for the chapter. I'm just gonna see. Okay, I'm actually gonna I've decided to leave this episode here because I just checked on for where we are in time, and it kind of reached a little bit close to the 40-minute mark, and I feel like that's it. If we go ahead with this chapter, I feel like I'm gonna have to cut it in half. And that's something that I kind of want to avoid doing, because again, it's not gonna like, I know it's not gonna transition properly, or it's not gonna transition like, you know, like, what's it called, like, smoothly going forward, because then it would just end up what will end up happening, probably most likely, is that all the rest of the chapter is going to be chopped into pieces as well too. So it's like midway through chapter 7 is going to be the other half of chapter 7 is going to be in the next episode. So I don't really want to have to do that. I'm trying to, my goal here for this let's play is to keep it as nice and neat for you guys as possible, and that means just to section off chapters. The only time, again, I think my requirement to be able to put together 2 chapters for one episode is if it's below 20 minutes. Then I'll do that. But like, if it's in this awkward like time where it's like a little bit over 30 minutes and closer more to 40 minutes, then it's like, I'm probably just gonna leave it here, because again, I don't want to have to section off chapters midway through, and that's just, yeah, I know I've done it in the past, but it's like, I'm trying something new here, okay? New uploads, new me. Anyways, guys, that's it for this episode. I guess next episode it's gonna be, you know, going to Avalon and trying to and finding some secrets there. Of course, probably gonna find like a Atlantean dictionary, hopefully, in order for us to help translate the prophecy page. And we got in this episode, at least we got to know a little bit more about Naoki. Yay, we get a little bonding moment with Naoki. He's like this super cute nerd. He has this nerdy side to him where he gets super like excited and like really into, you know, information or things that he knows, like otherworldly knowledge, basically, and he gets like really into it, and like that's the one thing that he's really passionate about, and it's just cute. It's a cute side to see to him, and now we're slowly seeing all of his charms and all the different sides, and you know, I feel like we're gonna go somewhere with it. I'm excited. I'm cool with that. Anyways, guys, thank you so much once again for your patience and all your love, and I hope you look forward to this next episode and you're enjoying this Let's Play. But for now, I'll see you in my other Let's Play, and bye!